All right, thanks everyone for showing up. Coach Deion, Coach Prime Sanders, second press conference on the heels of the second signing day, first day of the late signing period. So Coach, you have a couple opening statements and then we'll ask for questions. We're gonna be tight on 30 minutes and he's got a couple one-on-ones. It'll be real tight getting in and out of here. Thanks guys.
I apologize first and foremost, my nose is a little running and I don't know how this happens because I absolutely adore the weather. I think Texas got me. I was in Texas and I was delayed because, you know, when snow hits Texas, all hell breaks loose. But I made it back last night because I had one of my favorite guys, Lil Wayne, was here to think of some wonderful things to bless us and encourage our relationship. Let me start by saying I absolutely love Boulder, Colorado. I really do. It was a hidden gem for me because I had no idea. I ain't never been skiing. I really never played in the snow. And 14 years of the NFL, God just blessed me that much. But now I'm just ecstatic about Vail and everything associated to this. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to get into a home so I could lay down and chill and have my dog run around the yard and call the place home. But this is unbelievable. I had no idea. And I thank you for you welcoming me. You're making me feel pleasant. Welcome my family, my kids, everybody, our new signees, the whole football team, staff, coaches, everyone that we brought. You have made them feel impeccably good. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty. Recruiting staff recruited over 150 schools, putting this magnificent class together. In December, in 5 days, the staff recruited 9 states ahead of the early signing period on the 15th. In January, in 10 days, the staff visited 19 states. Junior Day this past weekend was phenomenal. When I tell you that I could still see some of the parents' faces and the kids and how excited they were when they walked around the complex, when they got to sit down with the coaches, when they articulated their dream and their vision with me. And we're going to have some commits that you're going to hear later on about that 24 class. But it was a phenomenal day. I mean, 67 recruits from 24, 25, 26, and 27 over the 2 days. The recruits visited from 15 states, and they balled. I'm sure some of you done reports on them, 3 and 4 stars. Even though I don't give a darn about a star, these kids can flat out play, and they are who we think they are. Signing class newcomers, 42 new scholarship players to date, which is incredible. 29 are already enrolled in the spring. 6 new walk-ons. 1 played for me in high school, and I can't wait to see how he comes about. He's phenomenal. There are 35 newcomers on the spring football roster. 6 spring walk-ons, 47 newcomers in 2023 to date. Newcomers from 16 different states and 2 countries, which is awesome. 16 states is the most in CU's history. 13 and way back in '78 when I had hair, a lot of hair, full head of hair. 18 different territories. That sounds really good. Good job. I mean, it sounds really good. You did a great job. Great job. Can you give him a clap? Good job. You did a good job. You're making this stuff sound incredible. Okay, I like it. Almost 14 in 1978. This is the first season since '78 that the most players didn't come from California, Colorado, or Texas. Florida is in the lead with 7 players, and I plan on doubling that. I love my Florida boys. I know what they're going to give me. I know who they are. I know how they was raised. And we have tremendous relationships bringing those kids from Florida. Once they realize it ain't that cold, it's going to be all good for my Florida boys. Class of most signees from Florida, 7, and Georgia, 4 in CU history. Class rankings, they said, guess what number we are ranked? 21. God is something else, isn't it? 21 ranking overall, best in 15 seasons. Number 4 ranking for transfers, easily the best in CU's history, only the 2nd in the top 40. With Kamani and Travis, first time CU signed 2 5-star players in the same class, same position, by the way, and both of them are dogs. I can't wait to see them play together. 7 other 4-star recruits in this class, the most 4-star recruits in the class in CU history, and 9 4 5-star recruits in the program the best. CU is the only school in 2023 to sign a 5-star recruit from high school and the transfer portal, which is phenomenal. Okay, the other topics, black and gold day, spring football games. We start practice March 19th. 4 practices that week. We're going to be off the following week due to spring break. I really hate practicing then having spring break because they forget every darn thing you taught them. Okay, then the game is part of a Black and Gold Day on April the 22nd that kicks off at 1 p.m. Now, to coaching staff. Between the 10 position coaches and 5 analysts, those 15 coaches, 5 have served as head coaches previously, combined 244 years, 75 at Power 5 level, and 52 as offensive defensive coordinator, which is awesome. Been a part of 49 10-win seasons. That means these guys know what they're doing. Okay, they told me to stay away from a couple things, but I would stay away from those, and the rest is on you. That was awesome.
All right, we'll open up for questions, and for your first question, please introduce yourself to Coach again.
Okay, kind of shy away from names. I'm not familiar with everyone's name. All the players' names, I'm not going to pretend I am. I will give them nicknames when it's appropriate, and I will call them by their names. So we got names on the back of their shirts right now, but I'm not familiar with every kid, just to help you out. And I'm not being disrespectful, I'm just being honest.
Adam Munster-Tiger from 24/7 Sports. This is one name I think you're familiar with, Dylan Edwards. He mentioned that you've known him since he was very little. The fact that he was your first 2023 high school commit, and the fact you've known him so long, did that kind of make that a little extra special?
Yes, it made it special because I had a tremendous relationship with his parents. Coach Andre Hart, a linebacker coach, Coach Kevin Mathis, who coached with me from youth all the way up. We've coached that kid since he was, I think, 5 or 6 years old. So, and his siblings. So, it's a special bond, special tie with the family, and we have the utmost respect for them that they would feel like we're capable of really helping them mature that young man into a full-grown man and help him accomplish his dreams and visions and the things that he desires in life. So just knowing them, and they know how we run a program, they know who we are because we've been doing it consistently ever since he was a kid. That's special. Dylan is a special kid.
Hey, Coach Prime, Pat Graham from the Associated Press. Thanks for doing this. Just curious, with all the new people coming in, all the new players coming in, how easy or how hard is it to integrate everything in spring practice?
Well, it's not easy. It's not that simplistic, but we have a great staff. I really feel like we have a tremendous staff. We have a track record that has notably won. And I'm not the coach that dictates everything. I want to hear all my coaches speak because they have so much. I just gave you how much, 244 years of combined coaching. I like to hear because I want to know what works. What do you think works? So I'm making sure my defensive coordinator, my offensive coordinator is satisfied, along with my special teams guy when it comes to compiling a practice. Coach Flea is assistant head coach. We've been doing it together for the last 2.5 years at Jackson. So you kind of know what I like as a schedule. And we're going to keep it moving and keep it fast and play fast and play quick, but it's going to be 100% effort. And that starts in the weight room, and it started a week ago in the weight room. And those guys are working their butts off. I'm happy with what I'm seeing from these young men as well as coaches.
Coach, Brian Howell from the Boulder Daily.
My man.
You obviously played cornerback, so you know the value of that position, but the quarterbacks in the Pac-12 are going to be tremendous next year, and you guys now have Travis Hunter, Cormani McLean. Can you talk about why that was such a big priority for you to make sure you got elite corners in this conference?
I'm not just going to say this conference. You need elite corners and elite pass rushers from anywhere. A lot of coaches build inside out. I build both ways. I build outside in when I'm thinking defensively. Okay, we're going to think the pass rush, the corners, the pass rushers, let's go get it. Okay, now let's go get the big boys to make sure they stabilize and control the run game. But when you're able to attain a couple guys of that caliber, not only guys that are really good corner, but they make plays on the ball. Both of those guys have tremendous receiver ability and capability, and some of the other guys that we brought in and some of the guys we're bringing in, we're not done. This is just a pause. This is just a comma, because there's a lot of people that's going to bungee jump in that portal after spring because they're going to be disappointed in the playing time and the commitment or the level of participation that they're garnishing, and we're going to take advantage of that. So we're not done. This is just a comma for spring, but I love where we are. in what we have. I love the secondary for what I see on paper.
Joe Rico, My Life Sports Radio, the final word. How often do you players, ask you to reflect on your experiences in the game? Obviously, you're a Hall of Fame corner at the college and pro level. How often does that affect the recruits? Because I know, speaking for myself, I think it would have a big impact, the fact that you've had such success in the game.
I don't think when we're recruiting, they ask me to reflect on the game. They ask me to reflect on life. And they ask real, true questions. You got to understand, the kid is a young child. He don't remember me. I'm an old school guy. I'm an old one, Their parents do. So the parents are finding the consistency of the way I maintain life and the way I've maintained myself and the consistency thereof. So more so than anything, we're not just connecting about football. We're connecting about life and navigating that kid through life. Because if most of you've been to college, shoot, from 17 to 21, that's a lot happens. And if you don't have the proper navigation system, you're going to find yourself on the side of the road, distraught and saddened and hurt. And for us to be able to be there for those kids, but to keep them from going the wrong way or taking a left when they should have stayed right, that's tremendous. And that's who we are, and that's what we're about. The game will take care of itself if they got the skill level. But the game of life don't play. It plays for keeps. Yeah.
Right here, Mark Kisla, Denver Post. This program's gone from, in my opinion,
Hold on, my AD just walked in. Everybody sit up. Everybody sit up right there. How you doing, sir? Keeping an eye on you. Yeah, I'm behaving. I'm doing pretty good today. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
No worries. That's the boss. So, this program's gone from a afterthought, in my opinion, to you've put the "we come in" X on its chest. Mm-hmm. How much do you embrace that? How much have the players embrace that? And how much is attitude turning around this program?
I don't know what an X on your chest means. The last man I know that was Malcolm. I don't know what that means. I mean, that's who we are. That's how we move. That's how we go about our business. And I'm coming comes from Constance Swartz over there, Coach Ray and Rick. I was sitting in a restaurant in Jackson, and God said, now. I picked up the phone. I called Constance. I called Ray. I said, please get Rick on the phone. Rick got on the phone, and I said, I'm coming. That's where that came from. That's truly where that came from. And he thought it was getting ready to say something else, but it was coming. He said he was prepared for the worst. I said, no, you're going to prepare for the best, baby. I'm coming. So that's who we are. That's what we are. I hear it all the time. Every time I take a picture with one of the mothers that the kids, she said, I brought my Louis. So that's just hilarious to me because they're listening to those things. But we embody that. We're training now in that weight room because we're coming. Our coaches up there preparing practice scripts and game plans because they're coming. I mean, these kids we're recruiting our butts off. We're not recruiting just no ordinary Tom, Dick, and Harry. We recruiting some guys that can light up their scoreboard and prevent touchdowns from occurring. We're coming, and we're serious about that.
Coach Prime?
Yes, sir.
Voice of the boss, Mark Johnson.
Love that hat, man. I'm going to wear one just like it tonight at the little thing that we have, and I got a nice one, too.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
I want to see it. Hey, off the top, you talked about how much you love Boulder.
Yes.
And how you come to love this place. You know what the history is here. You know what you've done in your past. But I'm wondering, when you put a class like this together, well, what are you presenting to the kids? What are you selling to? What's the pitch when you talk to them?
I don't sell nothing. That's the thing. It is what it is. One of the first things I say, if you're here for NIL or to be rich, we're not the school for you. But if you're here to become a man, get a degree, a tremendous education, and grow, win, and go pro, possibly if you do all the correct things, we are. So we're not here for the NIL, we're here for the NFL, and we're here to make you a man. But we don't have anything for sale. I'm not selling, hey, you're going to beat it. I'm not, we don't do that. We're so honest and so genuine and so real with these kids and their parents, and I think they embrace that. They embody that. They understand that there's authenticity there. Any question that they could ask, a kid just asked me about playing both sides of the ball. I say, yeah, if you dominate on one side, I'd be a fool to put you on both sides. You average, that makes me look stupid. You got to dominate on both sides of the ball. And I say, by the way, who else is going to let you do that? Who else have the capability to understand that besides me? I say, just ponder, just keep that in your mind when you go visit places. I don't talk about any other school. I ain't got time for that because I'm so engulfed in what we do. But when you make those comments, who else has the possibility? And the city sells itself. We don't have to sell it. You look at the darn windows and see those mountains, it's a wrap. I mean, this is over. Like, I mean, the city is beautiful, virtually crime-free. Everybody's been pleasant. Everybody's been wonderful. Everybody's been energetic and ecstatic about the potential of what we're putting together. You see it. You see we coming. We can't wait and we're anticipating it, but you know what we're putting together. We're coming.
Hey, Coach, Brandon Crisall from KOA Radio. Kind of piggybacking on that theme,
Yes.
I know you expected that your first class might look like this, but in 6 weeks to put together a class with this type of recruiting, whatever the enthusiasm around it and the rankings, are you pleasantly surprised that it came together so quickly and kind of maybe putting the rest of college football, I don't say on notice,
No,
but
we're
letting them
not.
know what you could do in such short time?
How would we be surprised about success? That means we really didn't expect success if we're surprised about success. We expect success. We expect to go get that kid. The only thing could keep that kid from coming, bless you. The only thing that could keep that, you see how I got back focused? You see how I locked in and went there? The only thing to keep that kid from coming and signing with us is a bag. Someone paying them, the collectives or whatever, and that's it. And just out kicking the coverage. That's it. Because the coaching staff, the atmosphere, the city, the publicity, the structure, the discipline, the academics, the graduation rate, the food in the cafeteria, I could keep going because this thing is getting good. Just everything. It's hard to say no. It really is. And I put myself in that same situation, like, because I want to know and I got to feel what those parents are feeling because I'm a parent. And one thing I do tell the parents as well is I've sat in all three seats. They say, well, what do you mean by that, Coach Prime? I said, I've been the player and the kid that was being recruited. I've been the parent sitting right by the kid that's being recruited. Now I'm the coach, recruiting the darn kid. So, Mama, I know what you're feeling. I know we got to get the cafeteria right. We got to make sure your baby eats right properly 3 times a day. I know the living, the housing and the dorms got to be impeccable because you want your baby in a safe environment. I know those things. Now, we're going to take care of that. The rest is on him. He has to play and earn it. I can't help him do that. Earn it. That's on him. But I could give him the navigational system to go get it. And that's one thing that we're doing. And our coaches have done a wonderful job. They've been embraced tremendously all around the country when they're going in to recruit these various states, these various schools, and these various cities. The reception has been tremendous. And we're just trying to focus on the things that we do right and eliminate the things that we're not doing right. That's the secret.
Tony Gorman, Colorado Public Radio. Just a quick question. You talked about the NIL deals and everything. What kind of NIL deals are these athletes are receiving right now? And just a follow-up on that.
One at a time, dog. Come on, man.
Okay.
55.
Yeah.
One at a time. The NIL deals, I don't know what all deals they're receiving. I have no idea. I know we have a department for that that's doing a phenomenal job, and they're out doing some wonderful things. Our alumni, our donors, our boosters, or whatever you may call them, are all taking notice, and they want to compete. They don't not only want to compete, they want to win. So they understand we're not just trying to make a kid rich. We're just trying to make sure he don't have his needs are met. We want to ensure that their needs are met on campus while they're a student, a collegiate athlete here.
Okay, and to follow up with that, most of your recruits through your 40-40-20 recruiting strategy, most of them are coming from out of state. How do you plan to recruit more in-state athletes as well as keep the ones that are coming in from out of state?
We recruit in-state athletes. We really do. We can't force them to say yes. We want them to say yes. we're getting ready to have another walk-on tryout as well for a lot of players they have to be in the system in this school. And we're going to have another camp at the end. We have several camps at the end of the season that we're playing. But we would love to attain all the talent that's in state. That's our goal, to be dominant in state. If a kid can play, we want him. We want him at this institution playing football for us. But we want him to be able to play, not just recruit him just because he's in state. He's got to be able to contribute and be dominant. Thank you, sir.
Hi, Coach.
How
Nikki
you
Edward.
doing?
Good, how are you? Nikki Edwards, CU Sports Report. Your success has been reached due to the staff you have around you.
Yes.
How would you kind of say some words about them and the work that they've done in the past 2 months?
They're unbelievable. They're incredible. The recruiting coordinators on down, from Corey to Coach Ray, who's here, to Rick sat in there on several families the other day, and did a phenomenal job. So everybody's contributing. I mean, when you walk around this beautiful complex and it's impeccably clean, so you got to give credit to the custodians. I mean, when you're seeing the different things attached and associated, I think we had a dinner in here, and the serving lines was great. The food was great. It was unbelievable. So everyone is playing their role, and they're doing a phenomenal job. And I love it. I absolutely love it. We have a commitment. I wish you could see it. I wish you could see us recruit. We have a commitment to excellence, and it's working, and we're winning. We're ecstatic about the potential, and we're just getting started.
Hey, Coach. Tony Casolo, Buffalo's Wire. You talked about not only the 7 players you signed from Florida this cycle, but the need to continue to recruit that state. Can you talk about the work that went in, you and your staff, opening up that pipeline that maybe CU hasn't had in the past?
Well, I'm from Florida. Coach Ray's from Florida. Again, Coach Flea's from Florida. Who else on the staff from Florida, right? Is that it? That's it. We got 3 young men. Coach Brewster is recruited Florida. He was coach at the University of Florida a couple of years back. We all have ties some way and another to Florida, and I love my Florida boys. It's just something about them that I adore. I think if you track down every successful team in college football, you're going to track down some Florida boys that are making a tremendous difference. Not saying that the Georgia boys, they make a difference as well. The Texas boys make a difference as well. We want the Colorado boys to make a darn difference tremendously, and they will. So wherever the talent is, we're going to go get it. We've just been attracted to our Floridians because we have relationships that afford us to do so, which is tremendous. Originally, Travis was a Florida boy. I don't know if you knew that. Florida boy. That's how all that started, being a Florida boy.
Hey, Coach. Jake Schwanitz, DMVR Sports.
How you doing?
Doing
Bless
well.
you.
How are you? With Dylan Edwards, how do you see him fitting into your offense alongside Kvassier Smoke, and do you expect a big role for Edwards? as a freshman?
With Dylan Edwards, I got to see him on the field. You know, I've seen him in high school. I got to see him get down. I expect some wonderful things. I do know he's a competitor. I do know what I've seen him accomplish in that Under Armour All-American game was tremendous, and his practice tape leading up to that was tremendous. We got to see him compete. Once we see him compete, then we can assess the talent and figure out how to best use him to make sure he's successful. That's on us. That's on our OC. That's on running back coach, receivers coach. Dylan is a little hybrid. He does quite a bit, but he's explosive, and we like those explosive players that could change the game quickly.
Hey, Coach. Jimmy Searfoss here, 247 Sports. You've only been here for a little bit, and you've changed everything from the way things are cooked. I mean, where do you seen the biggest change in the way this program is run?
Our attitudes. Everyone in this building has a commitment to excellence. Everyone in this building is on 10. Everyone in this building is like you're getting in the blocks and you saying on your mark. They're on their mark. Get set. Now they're ready to go. Everyone has a different pep and a step about them. Everyone, they see it. They see that, you know, it can really happen. Hope has been reestablished, I truly believe. I think it's been there, but sometimes you just need to light that switch of hope. And hope is in the house. Hope is in the air. Hope is in the city. Hope is in the community. Hope is within you all. And you want to write good stuff, man. You don't want to write bad stuff. You want to write good stuff. You know, you want to type good stuff. You don't write it anymore. She's writing. But you want to type good stuff nowadays. Ain't nothing wrong with you, girl. You do your thing, baby. So we love it, and Dave had it. You just had to reestablish it. This place is unbelievable. I think you see that, and I believe that. It's not even work to me. This is pure joy. To get up and come to pure joy every day and smiling faces from the cafeteria all the way walking on the floors when you're getting on the elevator with different persons. That one of my most enjoyable moments is in the cafeteria and seeing the other sports participants, the players, the students eat, dine, and sit together. And that's one of my most enjoyable moments because I get to see everybody. And when I go to a game with somebody, I can see them. And I even went to the lacrosse game this week. I couldn't stay long because we had some heck of recruits in the house. But that was beautiful. And I actually picked up a stick and threw the ball. I should have got into lacrosse like Jim Brown. I would think I'd have been nice with it. A brother with a stick, ooh, that's something, ain't it?
We got time for just one or two more. Vic, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, Vic Lombardi here, Altitude Sports. I know you value speed.
Yes.
How much did you recruit speed? How fast is this team? And will you use pace to your advantage playing at altitude?
I forgot half the stuff you said, okay? Let me go through the first part, the speed. Attributes. Smart, tough, fast, discipline with character. Smart, tough, fast, discipline with character. Fast is definitely an attribute we recruit. That does not just mean fast and speed. That means understand this playbook fast. That means comprehend decisions that you need to make fast. That means get your homework done or your assignments or whatever your expectation is fast. If you get hurt, get your butt in the training room and heal and take care of your injuries fast. We just want you to grow and mature, make the proper decisions fast. So fast is definitely an attribute, but it's not all attained to being on the field. We want fast young men off the field as well, able to adapt to this environment real fast. What was part two of that? I forgot. There you go. Well, we're coming. We're coming. We share that. We share that. We got one more.
Yeah, Coach. I think 29 of these scholarship guys are going to be here they are here this spring.
Mm-hmm.
How big of a deal is that for you as you guys
It's
are trying to
huge.
build this to have those guys here?
That's huge because these guys were recruited with a purpose. Our handprints are all over them. We feel like those are the guys that we wanted and we went and got, we secured. Now we need to see everything that we desire to see. And a lot of these kids have tremendous opportunities because there's no penciled in starters, pretty much. You darn well know Travis and some of the other guys, they start. Let's don't get that confused. We don't need to be politically correct when there's a dog in the house, okay? But some of these guys have an opportunity to show us what they got. And I love it. That's what spring is for. Now we can assess the talent and make the proper adjustments from the portal shortly thereafter. And I love that because there's going to be a lot of talent in the portal shortly thereafter to garnish. And we live by it. 40, 40, 20, you know that. Is that it?
Yes, sir, Coach.
Okay.
That's it. Thanks, guys.
I appreciate you.
it.
Thank you all. God bless you. Right with joy, tight with love. God bless. My man, how you been?